geuit. En dat is zeg maar mijn therapie. En altijd als ik fucked up voel, weet je, als ik echt kwaad ben op iemand, dan zet ik dat nummer op. En dan kan ik gewoon meezingen. Ik ga door tot aan de top. Ik ga het beleiden, represent voor de meiden in de wereld van een man ben ik de eerste die gaat leiden. Mijn emancipatie dient als inspiratie voor de jongere generatie. Ik blijf uniek, excentriek, want ik heb vrij en kritiek. Voor de navi's en na deze aantal jaren positief bestaan.
Lebanese started construction of all type of buildings, and it went in all directions in the Greater Beirut area. Since the end of the 90s and the beginning of 2000, we saw the development of really new buildings meeting international standards, which allowed large companies or international companies to get in and find what they needed.
Since September 11, visitors or Arabs throughout the region have looked to Lebanon as a tourist destination rather than traditional tourist destinations in Europe and the United States.
To events such as the Oscars.
From the 1940s, Lebanon is very known in tailoring, in embroidery, and very refined taste. And the region, like the women of the region, like a lot what the Lebanese designer do and the tailor do in Lebanon, because really the taste in my country is very cosmopolitan and is a very high level.
Is much more developed than those of other countries in the region.
I would say that the growth of the insurance sector in Lebanon for the last 10 years, we have witnessed a doubling of the premiums in the country. And one of the contributing factors was the introduction of the new.
Meeting standards of global competitiveness and excellence.
My belief, we are the most advanced country in the region because we are offering the most GSM services like voice, like data, like high-speed data, like edge, meaning we offer edge about data will go to voice, streaming, video, and so on and so on. This is our powerful today in Jordan, and we put Jordan in high level in the region.
Actually, we're doing very well, considerably good. And if you look at the past 3 years, you know, after all the regional circumstances and what have you, we have suffered as all the countries in the Middle East. But this year is a beautiful year, it's a good year. And if you look at the tourists, they're everywhere in Jordan. They're in Petra, they're in Wadi Ram, they're in Amman, they're in Jerash.
When you look at brands, or if you look at channels, look at television companies, print publishers, they've really lost what has historically been one of their strongest assets, which is the ability and power to deliver a message to a consumer when they want, how they want it.
I send my love to you, I send my hands to you.
I think that more and more consumers are very definitely sceptical and in some cases cynical of pure brand, what we would call slow.
I believe that we live in a visual, what I call visual bite culture. Hey consumers, it's okay. We're with you, and this is our vision of the future, and you're with us on that vision.
A brand reflects the spirit, and more people want to reflect the spirit into a lot of projects, into a lot of products.
They have to be prepared to adjust themselves as carefully, as subtly and as accurately as possible to the mood, the frequency, as it were, the temperature of the audience or the community that they want to speak to.
I've done that with Heineken, I've done that with Davidoff, I've done that with Sagem, so I'm doing that with more and more with a lot of brands.
I think the brand should always remain the same, but the way that the brand manifests itself or how it behaves in public can change dramatically depending on what product or what it is that it's trying to say to consumers. But if the characteristics are there and it retains true to those, then that's okay.